How many wells are Rathlin going to drill in the East Riding? At their first public meeting they said only 3. At West Newton they said we were always going to drill 6. We've written to them twice and their answer is actually we don't know. They haven't got a clue, they say, but we do know just over the border, and people in Rydale know this, that it started with 1 well in Rydale, but now they're planning to drill 50 and maybe as many as 900 boreholes from those wells. This is not Nigeria, this is not Brazil, this is not the empty spaces of the Wild West or Canada. This is a supposedly democratic and densely populated country where these companies cannot get away with this. Let's talk about domestic extremism. There's a lot of domestic extremists here today. We are extremists. We're extremely concerned about the threat to our local environment. We're extremely concerned about the threat to water supplies. A quote from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change at United Nations, warning of coming water apocalypse. There will be skirmishes between countries for decent access to water, they warn. Billions of people will lack access to clean water by the middle of this century. Reversing the ocean's absorption of 90% of the heat caused by climate change will, quote, take an extremely long time. That's why we're extremely concerned. That's why we're domestic extremists. But who are the real extremists? They're the global corporations driven by greed and contempt for the rest of the planet. And they're the governments who pretend that they can go on pretending that nothing is wrong. To finish then, what's the future? On Monday night, Bishop Burton Council will be discussing breaches of the traffic management plan, and they'll be discussing the possibility of the dumping of nuclear waste on the drill site here. That's a first. We should be using the so-called liaison committees. We should be demanding that we, the community, are represented on the liaison committee with Rathlin. We should be demanding that if Rathlin is so bothered about local communities, they should stand up and debate with us in public meetings. But most of all, it's about numbers. Eric, the famous community liaison officer for the police, started off telling us that if there were just 100 of you, there was nothing we could do. Later, he went it down to saying, if there were just 50 of you, there is nothing we could do to stop you. It is about numbers. It's important that if and when Rathlin come back on that site, there are 50 or 100 people to show this community that we mean business, that we can stop this disgraceful attack on our environment, the attack on humanity and all living beings. Thank you.